Hey guys, so Annie and I have decided that we're gonna get ready, put makeup on while talking to you guys about our pet peeves.
Yes, look, get ready with me.
Slay.
Yeah.
Okay, how can I see mine?
You know my password. It's on the WeChat.
Okay, do you wanna go first or do I go first?
Okay, you go first.
Okay, some of these are very specific to me, but gets on my nerves, and if you're my friends, maybe you guys can learn a thing or two. Oh. Okay, when I tell people I'm vegetarian and they go, oh my god, I could never do that. Oh my god. One time I was vegetarian 3 years ago for like 1 week and then I couldn't hack it. Did I ask? Did I motherfucking ask?
I'm guilty of this. I've done this multiple times.
She lasted one breakfast. Actually, no, she didn't because she had sausages. Did you?
I lasted like one day, like one night because I didn't eat dinner. So, my pet peeves. Okay, this one's kind of specific, but if you know Elaine, then.
Oh, I know. I need to say mine and then you say yours. Yeah. Okay, so I have this thing where I'm just a little like I just get really like paranoid or whatever. So this is how I phrase it. You have to understand the context. I always phrase it like, hey, can you tell me the exact time, please? I say exact time. And then they'd be like, 7:30. And then I'm like, oh. And then I check and it's 7:39. Like, there's 9 minutes difference. Okay.
Yeah. Like, okay. Mine is when Elaine asks me the exact time and I tell her the exact time. Like, it might just be like a fucking like coincidence that it's 7:30 or it'd be like 7:30 and I'd be like 7:30. She'd be like the exact time, like yes
and
the fucking exact time.
She'd flip her phone and it's actually 7:30 on the dot and I'm like, okay,
and
fair.
Then you're like, oh, like we've been through this so many times. Why do you think I wouldn't tell you the exact time? Like,
it's because I have trauma.
The exact time.
Okay. Oh my god. When people ask me where in China I live, and I'm like, and I just know they don't know all the cities in China, especially if it's like someone not from China, whatever. I'm just like, okay, Qingdao, and they're like, oh, where's that? And I'm like, in Shandong, and they're like, it's like, if you only know where Beijing is and you can't even point it on the map, why? Oh my god, and it's the fucking same with London. Everyone pretends like they know London. They're like, oh, I'm like, oh, London. They're like, yeah, but where in London? So then I say where, and they're like, is it beside Wembley Stadium? No. Like,
I do that all the time.
No, it pisses me off. Oh my god. Everyone just thinks they know London, but no. Yeah, I live I actually don't want to tell you guys where I live.
Okay. Fair. This one, probably like a lot of people have this one, but I think mine goes a bit extreme. Like, not just pet peeve, like it gets me like really mad when I can hear people chew. It's okay, like it's okay if you're chewing. Like, good for you, like that's how you eat. But it's like to an extent where it's like I'm conscious, like I'm aware that you're chewing. It's like, if you're chewing, like, okay, but then, like, my brain, like, clocks it, and I'm like, why are they're chewing, like, they're act like, what the fuck? It's, normal chewing is fine. If you've ever ate with Elaine, you might know, when she chews, you can hear her teeth, like, you can hear her teeth chew, instead of, like, chewing the food.
Why are all yours directed towards me?
It gets me so
Are they all directed towards me?
No, they're not. But like this one isn't just directed at you. It's just a coincidence that, you know, my dad, when he eats watermelon, it gets me pissed. I have to leave the room. Oh my gosh. Okay, now your turn.
Why? Like, does he like slurp it or something?
Yeah, and it's like, oh my, it's just not normal. Like, oh, it just fucking pisses me off.
Okay, this might offend a whole nation. I don't know. I actually don't. I've only lived in London, to be fair. I don't know if it's like all British people. But I'm sorry, but you guys fish for compliments
That's true.
so much. It actually drives me insane. I cannot deal. And so like, oh, I'm the best. Like, oh, like, aren't you glad? Like, I'm not.
Aren't you
Literally
glad I
every
didn't
single
say
person
that?
I know that like grew up their whole lives in like England, or not even like England, like literally Britain, like England or Wales or Scotland or Northern Ireland, whatever. They're like, I think maybe like people like up north aren't as bad, but they're still really bad compared to like at least like people in China or Ireland, because like it's like embarrassing to like not be modest, you know what I mean? To like not be humble, be like, if someone's like just from what I feel, like if someone is like a world champion, but like they're like Irish or like, I don't know, Chinese or whatever, and you ask them like, oh, like, are you good at it, whatever, they're like, oh, like, I'm okay.
Yeah, they'd be like, nah, like,
Yeah.
like, you know.
But fucking people in England are like, oh my god, I just like, oh, I'm a try so, like, oh my god, I just can't deal. I can't. It pisses me off. Like, I don't think I could ever actually be with someone from like who's British, just because of like. Anyways, yeah.
Okay. My iPod keeps turning off. Okay. When this was not that bad. It doesn't get me that mad, but it's still like, what are you doing? When you're just chilling in your room and then like someone from your family or something, like whoever you live with. I live with my dad, so sometimes he just opens my door and just comes into my room. But if I'm like sitting on my chair, like on my phone, and he just stands there and he's just like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, okay, like if you want to talk, we can talk. Like, don't just stand there and just stare. Like, what are you doing? Like, get out of my room. Like, I don't.
Maybe they're a bit lonely.
No, I don't understand. Like he doesn't even talk. He's just like, Granny does it as well. she just comes into the room. She just stands there and she's like.
But you used to do that when we lived together. You just like come to my room.
Yeah, that's because I want to talk. But like.
But sometimes no, you'd have nothing to say. You'd be like, hey.
Yeah, and then we'd hang out. I don't just stand in your room. Anyways, your turn.
Okay. Oh my god, this is kind of specific, but like maybe it's universal. This pisses me off so much. Okay, so let's say I take 300 photos with my friends, and they're like, oh, can you send it to me? Sure, obviously I can send it to you. And I ask them, is your Bluetooth on? And they're like, yeah. But their phone is locked inside their pocket. And they're like, because they think it's always on, like they never turn off their Bluetooth. But when the screen is locked, it is harder. I don't know if it's scientifically harder, but from experience, yes, it is harder for them to receive it. And like, if I'm asking you, just fucking take your phone out. And sometimes they have it where it's on like only receiving for contacts, or sometimes it just changes back to like receiving for no one, whatever, okay? So like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, whenever they're like, yeah, I'm just like, and I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, it's on. So then I'm like, fucking fine. I send them the 300 things. Doesn't fucking work. It gets cancelled, whatever. And I'm like, it didn't go through. And they're like, can you send it again? And then they properly turn it on. But then I have to reselect all 300 of photos. Oh my god. And especially when it keeps happening with the same people who I've already had this experience with. Can't deal, won't deal. Looking at you.
Okay, maybe it's because part of the LGBTQ plus community, and everyone knows that we walk super fast. But when slow walkers walk in the middle of the road, or like they're walking in the middle of the road,
like with the family.
Yeah, and like you're trying to like overtake them, but somehow they know which way you're going. They're like, they're like blocking you. It's like, what the fuck are you doing in the middle of the
my
road?
God, I have one similar.
What are you doing in the middle of the road if you're like a slow walker? Like,
Mine
walk
is
to the fucking side. Like,
mine is when you get off the tube or train and they're just standing right in the middle and you can't get off. You're like, how are you meant to get on if we don't get off
and they
first?
just look at you like,
And they're trying to squeeze on. I'm like, girl, I have people behind me that also need to get off. Move to the side. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. What else? This is probably just because I'm kind of sensitive, but I hate when I send people memes and they just seen it. Are we not friends no more? Like, do you want me to block you? Or they're just like, LOL. No, like, I've actually stopped sending people memes because of those responses. Like,
I have one similar. It's when I post something like super, super fucking funny on my close friends and like people don't like it. Like I have a few very, very loyal story likers who like everything I post because I'm fucking funny. Like it's funny. Like some things aren't that funny and not a lot of people like it and it's fine. But when something is so obviously funny or whatever and like people don't like it, it's like, what the fuck are you, like, it makes me want to take them out of my close friends, because, like, like, am I a joke to you? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Or, it gets on my nerves so much when I post something on my close friends, and then someone else has posted the same thing on their close friends, like, a bit later. It's like, okay.
no, I have beef with you. I'll send Annie memes.
Yeah.
And she might not even like what I sent her, and then 5 minutes later she uploads on her close friend.
Yeah.
And gets all the glory.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's different because we're sisters.
No, but sometimes she wouldn't even react to what I sent her, but she'd upload it.
Next.
Okay, mine is one. It's also specific to me, but when I tell people I can't smoke because I have asthma, and they're like, "I have asthma. I smoke. Sometimes I smoke and then I take my inhaler." Obviously, we don't have the same severity of asthma, do we? And it's like, literally, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Good for you. Good for you. I swear, it's literally, I don't know why in Ireland so many people have asthma. I swear they have asthma more than any other person in other countries. But like, every single person in Ireland, they're like, I also have asthma.
That's true. The guy I was talking to, I told him that you have asthma, and then he was like,
I have asthma. I don't need my inhaler, whatever.
Like, and he's like, I haven't used my inhaler since I was a baby, and I smoke. So you don't fucking have asthma anymore? Like,
so you had it as a baby? Did you smoke when you were a baby? Oh my god. Why does everyone in Ireland have asthma?
China.
No, Ireland.
When you're talking to someone, they ask you something, or they're coming to you for help, and you reply, like, you respond, and then they reply with just like, ooh, like, yeah, girl.
No,
I
but
don't know.
it's like a really long thing. No, it'd be like, Annie would like say like a whole dilemma, like a whole like 10-minute thing of like what she's going through, and they're just like, girl.
Yeah, like, girl. Yeah, I don't know. Do what you want. Gets me pissed. Gets me so fucking pissed. Anyways, next.
Okay. I hate when people send me voice messages that are like 2 minutes long, and all they say are, yeah, I guess.
Me.
And they're like panting and huffing and puffing in between the whole thing. And I have to listen to the whole thing when you could have just typed it out. And most of the time, like, let's say, like, whatever, I have music on. So I have to pause my music, listen to you huff and puff. And I can't even, like, fast forward or anything because I don't want to miss it. It's not like on WeChat you can, like, transcribe the text, you know, from audio to whatever, which is good so you can just skim it. But then on, like, Instagram or whatever, or like iMessages, you just have to listen to the whole 2 minutes and they're not saying anything. Pisses me off so much. And then I'd reply with text so they'd get a freaking hint. No, they don't. Oh, and I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's iMessage or I don't know which one it is, but there's a platform where like if you have listened to like 3/4 of the way and then you miss a part, you have to listen from the start. It kills me. Kills me. Fucking hate it.
Okay, this one is specific to Elaine.
No.
When I don't understand why she does this. If there's like a song playing in public or I'm playing a song on my phone, she's not like, oh, what song is this?
Yeah,
or like
I am.
whatever. She just asks, who's this song by? Who's the artist? Who sings this song?
No, because
And then I'm like, either I know or I don't know. And I'm like, okay, if I don't know, I'm like, I don't know. And she'd be like, what do you mean you don't know? You know though, you always know. And then if like I tell her, like a different scenario where I tell her, she's just like, oh, like, okay, like, what was the point?
No, because
What
it'd
was
be
the
a
fucking
popular
point?
song on the radio and you would know all the lyrics. I'm like, okay, if she knows all the lyrics, she knows who it's by. And I need to know who the artist is because they sound familiar, but I can't pinpoint it.
She doesn't even
And
ask for the
I-
fucking name of the song.
That's
She just
not
asks,
relevant. That's not relevant.
who sings this?
And then I just, because I'd like to know who the artist is, because sometimes she's like, oh wait, what's her face? Sia or whatever, and I'm like, oh, and then I have to picture her singing it, and I'm like, oh my god, that is her
Why
voice.
can't you just enjoy a song normally?
Because it'd be a popular song, and I'm like, oh, is it a one-hit wonder? Oh, is it like an artist?
It's not that deep. Like, it's literally not even that serious.
But it's like, why aren't you like kind of flattered, like a little like showing off your trivia?
Next.
Anyways.
Obviously, this is a touchy subject.
Oh my god, my next one is so similar to this. It goes, this one is kinda at Annie. But when I'm already being vulnerable, I'd pray by asking what the meaning of like, if we watch like a TV show together or a movie or something.
This one gets me mad.
No, but can I say something? I'm already being vulnerable by admitting that I actually didn't understand, like, what just happened.
You're being something, it's not vulnerable. I hate it.
Like, okay, the example is like the Barbie movie, but obviously we don't spoil it for you. But, like, yeah, and then she's just like, oh my god, like, you're so stupid, whatever. And it's like,
The
so
Barbie
mean.
movie has like one big obvious meaning. Okay, I'm not gonna
But
spoil
I
it.
don't get it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. And then we were on call and she was like, I don't get it. And I was like, oh, what do you mean you don't get it?
I understood the first 2/3 of the movie.
And then she was like, I don't get it. And she started asking like questions about the movie. But it's like, if you watch the fucking movie, like, and she was like, wait, was it real or whatever? It's like, it's Barbie. It's a Barbie movie. What do you think? Is it fucking real?
Part. You know it's not.
I know which part you're talking about, but it's like, why the
That
fuck?
person wasn't a Barbie.
Yeah, she's not fucking real. It got me so mad. We were on call when we were talking about it.
No, but in the real world, they were in the real world.
Someone else needs to take over this conversation.
It's just like, and it just makes you feel worse about yourself because you didn't get
You
it.
should fucking feel bad. Don't ask me stupid questions.
No, but you didn't get it like in the first place, and then you work up the courage to like ask the meaning or whatever, and then they just like shut you down and they make fun of you.
Don't ask stupid
you
fucking questions.
still don't get it. No, because when the Barbie movie first came out, no one posted the like, oh, ending explained yet. So I couldn't.
It was so obvious. No one needed an ending explained.
But it wasn't obvious though.
Okay, at the end. Okay, this is not even a spoiler. At the end, there's a joke that Barbie goes to a gynecologist, and Elaine was like, "What's the joke?
No.
What's the joke? Is it a joke because she's a Barbie?
No.
Is it a joke because
I know
is
that
she a
I know
girl?
that like the dolls don't have a vulva, vagina, whatever. But when she goes, she's in the real world. So I'm like, oh, is it like
That's a fucking joke.
No, but I'm like, is it because now she's a human? Now she does have it and she doesn't know like how to operate it or whatever, and she goes or something.
It's not that deep. It's never that deep. It's just
So in that scene,
It's
does
just-
she or does she not have it?
It's just a fucking joke. It's the joke. There's oh my god. Next. Can't fucking deal. This makes me mad. This one is for. Okay, no one watching this would know what I'm talking about. But when I post on WeChat, okay, like I have a good couple hundred people on my WeChat. And like they're not all friends or whatever, but when I post, some people like it even if they don't know me, they like it. And I have like guys on it too. Pisses me the fuck off when they comment on it being like, oh, like pretty or whatever, and they don't like the fucking post. Or makes me even more mad when I post they don't like it or anything, and then they message me directly.
I hate that.
Being like,
On Instagram,
Pretty.
they do that too, though.
like what the fuck is your problem? Like, what's your actual problem? Or this kind of happened. This happened with the last person I was talking to. I'd post on like TikTok or something, or like on Instagram, and they wouldn't comment on the TikTok or the Instagram. They'd send it to me and be like, "You're so pretty," like, "Oh my god, whatever." Like, you couldn't say this in the comments, like.
Yeah, like what are you afraid of?
Yeah, like.
It's like, oh, like if I really am pretty, then you wouldn't be shy to admit it to the world.
Yeah, like what's the big idea? Like, okay, like.
It's like, it's cool to be a simp.
Like, it's just like, are you not embarrassed? Like, we both know what you're doing, you know? Like, it's not like, oh, it's an ick of mine as well. It's like, if you're not, like, do you really think that's enough? Like, fucking just replying to my TikTok, like, sending it to me. Like, what's the fucking point? Like, okay, thanks, like, ew. Okay, since Elaine has gone, I'm gonna do another one. Okay, another one of my, like, really, this one is, like, not extreme, but it gets me extremely mad and, like, frustrated. Maybe because I'm a man hater, but when men, or, like, when guys I'm talking to, guys who, like, are trying to pursue me or whatever, are, like, really, really pick-me's and, like, insecure in that way, it gets me fucking pissed.
How are
it gets
guys
me
pick-me?
so fucking pissed. Like, if they're like, oh, like, I'm not good looking or whatever. Or, like, when they're insecure, I don't mean, like, about themselves. I mean, like, just, like, in general, they're not, like, if we're going out to eat or we're going for whatever and they're like, oh, my God, like, this place is so expensive. When it's, like, not. It's, like, you're embarrassing. Like, don't say that to me. Like, if you're trying to pursue me, like, if we're friends, yeah, fair. But, like,
It's like, don't take someone to an expensive place you can't pay for.
like, I remember, okay, I'm not going to say who, but one person I was talking to, we got boba, and then it was buy one, get one free, and then Elaine was coming, so then I just did it in one big order, and then he was like, oh, like, I'll pay for it. And I was like, okay, like, thanks. And then right after he pays for it, he goes like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that went through. Like, I didn't think I had enough money. Like, crazy. Like, okay, if it's a joke, like, don't. It's not a funny joke to, like, say to people who you're trying to be in a relationship with. Because, like, I'm not going to take that as, like, oh my God, it's so funny. I'm going to take that as, like, like, even if it was me and I didn't even have enough money, I would not fucking say it. Like, how are you as a man, as a grown adult, like, offering to pay for something and then after being like, I didn't think I had enough. Like
what was their plan if it didn't go
yeah,
through?
like keep that shit to yourself. Don't. This was also, like, one of the first, like, not the first times, but one of the early times that we were, like, meeting, like, talking. So it's like, fuck you. And like pick me guys I've experienced are like anime freaks. Like if you like anime, good for you. But they're like fucking freaky about it. And they think that everything I do, everything like just correlates to anime, and like they just assume that I like anime because I'm fucking Asian. I was talking to this happened multiple times, by the way. Talking to someone and they're like, what's your favorite anime? Top 10 favorite animes. Do I look like a fucking virgin? No, sorry. Taking it back a step. And I'm like, I don't watch anime, I'm not into that. And they're like, I have to put you on to this anime. Like, I'm not fucking watching 100 seasons of One Piece of like a fucking pirate. Go fuck yourself. Or then, like, this is like the same people. And they're like, I love your Spider-Man cosplay.
OOC.
It was a fucking Halloween post. Posted on Halloween. Captioned, like, something Halloween. Like, what the fuck made you think that was a cosplay? Like, I'm not a fucking like, it gets me so mad. Nothing against cosplayers. It's just I'm not a fucking cosplay. And if I post it on Halloween, don't ask me if I'm going to the next fucking Comic-Con. Because no, I'm not. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. We're getting riled up.
It's rough out here.
Okay, this is just like a normal thing. Like probably everyone experiences. But I hate when I hold the door for someone and they don't say thank you. Or when someone bumps into me and I'm just courteous to say, ooh, sorry, and they don't say anything. And it's like, now I want to fucking deck you.
Yeah. Because, like, what, you think you're better than me? Fuck.
What, you think you're better than me?
What, you think you're better than me? Like, fuck off. No.
When servers take your food, this is only like in London or that I've noticed, like, at least not in China or America or stuff, but like in London, servers will take your food immediately. Like, I just used my fork to pick something up and the plate's gone. And it's like, okay, now where do I put my fork? Ow! Jeez. Or it's like, they don't even ask, are you finished? And it's like, what? Like, you don't have enough plates for the restaurant. Like, you need like
time limit for the plate.
And like, they're just gone before you can even say anything or before I can ask anything. And it's like, okay, if you want to be attentive, like, be around if I want to ask for something. But like, they're just like gone straight away. And it's like in America, they'll be like, oh, like, are you done with that? Or like in China, like,
they don't take your plates away unless you ask or until you're done.
Yeah.
Like, you pay the bill, then they like clean the
and
table.
it's also like you're just trying to like rush me out kind of vibes.
Like, you want me to leave?
And like I don't know if it's because like in America they run on tips or like in China it's like you're paying for the service, whatever, but it just really pisses me off. Or like when they give me the food and then maybe I'm still finishing a conversation with my friend or I'm waiting for my friend's food because it hasn't come, whatever, and they come over and they're like, how's the food? And it's like, girl, you can tell that my knives and forks are untouched, the food is untouched, how am I meant to know? And sometimes I'll be like, if I'm in a hungry mood, I'll be like, I'll let you know when I try it. No, but like usually I'm just like, huh. Or like, and then I do like finally like take a bite of food, and it's like the first bite you do take like a big bite because you're absolutely starved to death. And as soon as I take the bite in, they appear out of nowhere and they're like, how's the food? And it's like, okay, I can't tell you. And I'll just
Let
be
me
like,
finish
whatever.
eating first.
And it's just like, I understand the tactic. You're trying to get in when it's like, whatever. I understand, but it's like, yeah. But
one thing that kind of pisses me off as well, like about it kind of relates to that kind of, when you're at like a coffee shop, okay, this is like spreading like a disease in Dublin. When you're at a fucking coffee shop and you don't even, like, you ask for something like really super simple, like oh, just like a fucking latte or like a fucking pastry that they have, and then they take it out, they give it to you, and then you're about to pay, and they turn the fucking cash machine, and it's like, tip? You think I'm gonna fucking tip you for your doing your actual job? Like, you're not, like...
In Dublin?
Yeah, they have that in fucking Dublin. Like, I'd be like, oh,
No
can I get like
way.
a oat milk latte, iced? And they're like, yeah. Or they're like, and then they turn it, and it's like,
No
it's
way.
like €1, €2 tip. No, no.
That happens in America, but like I'm like fair in America, but like
Yeah.
in America, like let's say I'm ordering like a bagel, whatever, so they don't actually have to do anything. And it's not even the person at the till; it's the person like at the back that's making the bagel. And then they turn their little iPad, and the only options are like 15%, 20%, or 25%. There's no other options, and it's like, what the damn hell did you do?
It's like, I understand tipping. Like, I think if you're going to a restaurant or whatever and you have like that one consistent server like for the whole night, you should tip them or whatever. But if you're making a fucking coffee, or if you're just taking a pastry out of the display
I'm putting it on a tissue.
I'm not going to tip you. Like, why would I tip you for that? Like, you're just doing your actual job.
Has extreme social anxiety, so
Like, every time I feel so bad when I'm like, no tip on like a fucking €2 pastry. Why would I pay like €5 altogether?
That's crazy.
Like,
I didn't know they did that in Dublin.
it pisses me off, because like, and they look at you and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Can't do.
And like, it's not fair, because like in Ireland, like they get minimum wage.
Yeah,
so
like, maybe it's because I don't have a job and I'm a student, and like, I'm like, I like to keep my money, like I like to save money, but I don't want to be fucking just giving extra money to people who are just doing their actual job. Like, they're not going out of their way to do whatever to like get a tip. Like, if you're at a restaurant with the consistent server and they're like super nice, then you leave a tip. Yeah, I get that, because like they're doing more than they need to. If you're mixing me a fucking coffee, I'm not giving you a tip. Like, it, oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
Okay. I hate when I go into like a luxury store and they're mean to me.
Yeah. It's like,
Can I explain something to you? Yeah, you're amongst the Prada or whatever, but no a freaking offense, but you're still working in retail. You are not Bernard Arnold or whatever. Like, you don't own LVMH. You're literally still in retail. Like, you literally have a retail job. No offense. Like, no offense to people in retail jobs, whatever. No
like,
offense.
you're
I respect-
working and people are coming in to look at whatever, like to buy the stuff, and then you're rude.
Why are you snobby? And it's like, girl, maybe you have a uniform shirt from the brand, but it's like, it's just like, who are you? Who
Like,
are
if anything, you need to be nicer. Like,
And the thing is, so most of the times I'd go in with something in mind that I want to buy, but now and like, oh, it pisses me off, because they might like look at me and they're like, she might not buy anything or what. Or I don't know if it's a strategy where they intimidate you so you prove a point to buy something. But anyways, and then they're like, oh, she's not gonna buy whatever. But I actually did want to buy stuff, but because of your attitude, and I know that you're gonna get commission on what I buy, and I don't want you to earn the commission because you didn't deserve the commission.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to buy it. So now I fulfilled your stupid prophecy, but that's because of you.
yeah. It's like, why? Like, why be so snobby about it? Like, why? Like, so, like, even if people just want to look around and not buy anything, why is that a problem? Like, why are you like judging for what? Oh my god.
It's not your store. Like, you are an employee. Like, no offense. Like, once again, like, I'm not disrespecting people in retail, but I'm saying at the end of the day, can you do your job?
Yeah,
Like, who are you to judge? Like, okay, maybe you get a discount at the brand, but like,
what makes you better than everyone else trying to buy, or like trying just to fucking look around? Like, oh my god. Oh my fucking
It
god.
pisses me off. It pisses me off. Okay. Wait, maybe you should say something because I feel like I'm running out. Okay, I'll just say another one. This one's kind of stupid. This is because, like, me and Annie, like, she's my sister, whatever. We grew up, whatever, together. And, like, ever since I was young, I don't know if she just has, like, no, like, original thoughts or whatever. Like, she's not a free thinker. But, like, ever since I was young, like, if I got a Sprite, she'd also want a Sprite. And it got
And apparently
to the point,
that's a problem.
No, it got to the point where it was insane. And I was just like, or, like, I'd get something, like a clothes or something that I, like, been saving up, or, like, that I've been eyeing. And then she gets the same thing, and I don't feel rich anymore. So, whatever. We made this, like, little, like this little thing where it's, like, if I order something, she can't order, or if she orders something, I can't order, unless if we ask. You know what I mean? And they're in the mood. Like, I don't know if all siblings do this, whatever. But, like, I know it's just me, but sometimes I'm eating with a friend, and I order first. And then they order the same thing, and I go, and I'm like, excuse
you did not
me?
just do that.
You did not just pull the rug out under me like that, like, and you didn't even ask. Yeah, and they've no shame, like, absolutely shameless. It's like, but then again, like, when, like, it's flipped the other way, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's the only, like, vegetarian option as well, like, can I also order it? And they're like, yeah. Like, why couldn't you? But I don't know, tell me if, like, other siblings do this. I actually don't know if I've seen it.
I feel like it's kind of like an unspoken rule for siblings.
Do you remember when, like, you used to be like, you can't sing any Ariana? I can't even listen to any Ariana Grande songs. Annie's dad only has 2 CDs in his car. One is Yours Truly, her album, and the other album is, like, Dangerous Woman. So I just have to sit in silence for, like, 2 hours. Like, I'm not even allowed to listen to it.
I used to be a gatekeeper. Ariana Grande, especially, like, at the start, like, my everything era, when, like, most of her things were, like, they're not, like, unknown, underground, but it's, like, not everyone knows it, and I just felt the need to gatekeep. And then when Elaine started whatever, I was like, wow, like, is she really doing this right now? Like, wow. And then she was like, if I can't listen to Ariana Grande, you can't listen to Mariah Carey. And I was like, fine, I don't even want to fucking listen to Mariah Carey, but that one song.
And then every Christmas rolls around.
Yeah, like.
But then, and then
we're over that now, though.
Yeah. Okay, you say one.
This one kind of ties, like, it's like the same type of guys that do this, that fucking bring up the fucking stupid anime crap. But when guys text you as if they just know you, and, like, whatever, like, they're just so comfortable or whatever. I had this guy, he used to go to my, like, old skate park. I've never talked to him in real life. He used to reply to my stuff, and I'd just be like, okay, like, the message or whatever. And then he'd start fucking texting me or sending me stuff, and it's like, the second person you're gonna send this to wants to date. Oh, he sent this to me. Like, before this, I would reply. I would just like the message. I'd be like, haha, whatever. And then he sent me, like, the second person, and they want to date. And then he sent it to me, and he was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, haha, like, I would, but I'm not even over my ex. And he was like,
who asked?
Yeah, and he was like, that's something I gotta work on for real. I was left speechless.
Do you seen it? What did you do?
I seen it, cause what the fuck? What? Like, what? Like, what?
Sorry, I'm emotionally unavailable.
Like, how are you a normal person? Like, how, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, like,
he's trying to use that reverse psychology.
Like, what does he want me to be like? Oh yeah, like, okay, it's okay, like, the fuck?
Call me when you're over.
What the like, I don't understand the train of thought. Like, what was he expecting me to say? Like, what was his goal with that? It being like, oh, like, I gotta get over my ex. It's a problem for real. Like, Like, okay.
Okay. When you're kind of feeling a bit depresso, and people are like, whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm just tired. And they have the audacity to be like, you're tired all day? And what if I was?
What if it was you?
And they're like, I woke up at 7. I went to work out. I've been working all day, blah, 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 blah. And I only got 4 hours of sleep. And you got 8 hours of sleep. And it's like, oh, okay. Oh my God. I actually can't even. It is bringing my blood pressure up. Yeah. It's like, I actually can't talk about it. Let me just say something else. Oh my God. This is also making my, okay. When you and someone go out for lunch or dinner or anything, and it's not like a thing where it's like, oh, it's like their birthday and it's like a planned thing where like I treat them. For example, I just pay for something because like we're friendly, whatever. And like I'd pay for like the meal or whatever, and like say their portion was like 20 something, whatever. And then let's say we get ice cream, like a little gelato, and they're like, can you transfer me the £2? If you want to go down that route, let's backtrack. Let's add it all up. How are you here with the audacity to ask me? And we're like, sometimes I'd be like, can I have the €1.46? It's like, okay, and so like let's say if I owed someone like €27 or like I don't know like 28.50, I'd just transfer like 30, or like I'd at least transfer like the 28.50. Sometimes people owe me, let's say what, like, and it's funny because it's not even like on like a rounded number. It's like if they owe me like 46 and they transfer me 42, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Or like, I hate when people like, they're like, oh, like, let's split the bill, whatever, and they just add up their stuff and they just like don't take into consideration the like 12.5% service charge or like tip or like tax or all that. And it's just like, yeah, like I'm not gonna make a big scene about it in front of the waiter or in front of you, whatever, and I'll just pay for whatever. And like whatever. But then like they'd want me to still transfer the £1 for like an ice cream. And it's like, I don't even care about money that much for it to be a big deal, but it's just because they are like, can you do it right now? Like, it's like, girl, like you're the one that's making it a deal. Gets me so worked up. And it's like, it's just because like I might be in the middle of something, and it's like, and they're acting as if like, oh, like I'm being so cheap by not doing it, but it's like, oh, I can't. These are getting me riled up. Check your list, girl.
I think I've said nearly everything on my list.
Oh.
Okay, this one doesn't have anything to do with anyone but myself. When you're having a lazy day and you're just not really having the best day, you're feeling kind of frustrated anyways, but it's like a nice day outside, it gets me mad. It's like, what are you trying to do? Rub it in my face? Like, okay.
I hate that.
Or what gets me even, makes me even more like, is when it's raining, but it's not raining. It's like tiny drizzle. It's like, what do you want me to do? Put up my umbrella for this tiny drizzle when no one else is putting up their umbrella, but like my hair is getting wet and I'm getting wet from the drizzle. But it's like almost too small for me to put up my umbrella for it to be like okay.
And you might be the only person on the street with it up.
Yeah. Like, you're fucking you're embarrassing me. Like,
you're making it comfortable for everyone involved.
Like, either rain or don't rain. Like, what is this little tiny little you know? Well, like, what are you doing? Like, oh, so annoying.
Yeah. I hate, like... I hate when... This is just, like, a me thing. But, like, when I want to be productive for the day, and then my tummy's sore. And it's like, okay. Now everything is ruined.
I hate the, like, unspoken rule. It's like, if you go with someone on a night out, you just have to, like, either keep getting with that person or not get with anyone else.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, what the fuck? Like, or when...
It's like, I'd rather pay you back for that one drink you bought me.
Yeah, like...
Than be held hostage.
Yeah, like, what? Or, like, when you're talking to someone and, like, you're not really, like, I get it if you're, like, dating them or whatever, but, like, you're kind of just kind of talking to them, and then you're off limits to all of their friends. It's like, hello? Like, maybe it's because I don't have that many friends, like, a big friend group.
It's
to be
your
like,
fault for picking the ugly friend.
But it's like, if I'm not hitting it off with this person, why am I off, like, not even just their small friend group, I get that, but, like, their friend group's friends. It's like, one of my friends was dating someone who was, like, pretty, was, like, friends with other people, whatever. And then I was talking to someone that was kind of friends with him, and then I was like, oh, my friend, whatever, like, do you have any friends? And then he was like, isn't she this person's ex? And I was like, maybe. And then he was like, nah, like, she's off limits. Like, are you not embarrassed? Like, are you not fucking embarrassed? Like, what type of, like, rule is that? If it's, like, a close friend group, yeah, fair. If it's, like, you know of the person, it's, like...
Especially because Dublin is so tiny.
Yeah, like what? Like what?
Okay, another one of mine that I hate is, like, when you can hear them breathe. Like, no, like...
When they breathe.
Like, Billie Eilish, her new song, like, what was I made of?
What was I made for?
Oh. What was I made for? And it's like, it makes me anxious. It makes me feel like I'm about to have, like, a panic attack, and I don't even have panic attacks. Like, why can't you edit it out? I hate, and it's like, and because she sings so softly, her breathing is, like, way louder than what she's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's see if I have any more.
Okay, one that's probably, like, a bit controversial. I don't really want to say.
Do it.
I feel like it should be said. The Little Mermaid. I don't like the way she sings. I kind of hate the way she sings. Nothing against her. I think she's, like, I think her acting is pretty good. Like, I think, like, she's a sweet girl.
The bit on the rocks is
But the fucking way that she sings, it's like, I feel like Disney only picked her because they're like, oh, she whatever, and they didn't focus on her singing. But it's like, her singing makes me so fucking mad. Like she sings so, like, nasally, like, in her head, kind of, instead of, like, the normal Disney, like, whatever, like, okay if you have a different style of singing, but if you're fucking straining, like, every note in the main song, it's like, maybe you're not meant to be, like, you could have picked someone else, or could have done, like, a fucking someone else do the song, when she's like, oh my god, it gets me so
They
fucking
apparently
mad.
spent, like, 100,000 on her hair to be red. It's not
red. She's fucking ginger, and it's like, it's
not-
like, okay if you want to be like, red's not even a natural hair color. They're fucking mermaids. They're mermaids. What makes you think they're gonna have natural hair colors?
It's not even always ginger. It's sometimes just, like, a beige brown color. And it's like, how are you gonna spend $100,000 and still not get it right? And it's like
okay for people being like, oh well, like I know it's not movie accurate, like, the movie Ariel was, like, white and like the new Ariel's, like, black or whatever, like, okay, but her red hair was signature. Like, a black girl can have red hair. Like, I know they wanted to keep her, like, braids, or like her locks.
Yeah,
in.
that's slay. But the color.
But they could have added like I know they did like extensions still. Like they could have added red.
Yeah.
What is with
No,
the
but and they made
with
such
the
a big
ginger,
point about
like-
them spending 100,000. And it's like, and that's what you got out of 100,000.
I need to just circle back to the way that she fucking sings. Nothing on her herself, just the fucking way she sings. She like, it's like, what are you doing? Especially when she's like, the last one when she's like part of your world and she's on the fucking rock. First of all, the rock's like this and she's like crawling up like this.
Oh yeah, that's so.
And then she's like, part of your what? She's like, part of your what? Like, girl, you could have done another take. It's not like you're fucking singing live. Why? Like,
a lot of people
let me just no. Like, I think they're fucking lying to themselves. Like, she's just not a fucking good singer. Like, I don't care. Like, or maybe she is. Maybe she is for different styles. People have different styles of singing. How is this 50 minutes long? Let me just. Or when she does like the.
It's just like a little run.
Look at this treasures and
No, do
like
the ending part.
How many wonders can
how many wonders like
one cavern hold? Looking around here,
looking around. Like, I'm not making fun of her, but just her fucking voice for this song, you know?
sure. There's no big part of that.
Okay, she doesn't have the Scream one like on Spotify.
Of that.
No, like I think she is a good singer. I think we're just like too used to the original.
And me. Don't know how. Someday I'll be part of
Like, you're screaming, like, what? Like, I get it. It's a hard no. Like, I get it. But I just don't think it's Disney style. I don't think it's Disney worth it, you know? Like, it's just not very... It just gets me mad, you know? I mean, this video is about pet peeves, so I think it's okay to say, like, nothing against her. But,
I think it's hard for anyone to live up to the original. Wait, do you have false lashes or no?
no. Or... Yeah, no. I ordered some online, though.
Okay, well, this is 53 minutes long, and watch me not even edit it. Just upload it raw, so... Hope you had a good time. Let me know if you share any of the pet peeves.
Share your pet peeves down below.
Give the video a like, please.